We need to create a skills revolution in Europe, and the skills part of the broader skills revolution, I think, will be particularly important, not least because we are in the midst of this twin transition towards a greener and more digital Europe.
Welcome to another interview, part of the Makers and Shapers series of EIT Digital. This time, on the occasion of the Delphi Economic Forum, I have the distinct pleasure of welcoming the Vice President of the European Commission, Commissioner Margaritis Schinas. Welcome, Commissioner.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a real pleasure to be part of this series at a political moment which is very opportune. It's 2 months away from the European elections, but also at a very emblematic place like Delphi. As you know, Delphi was the epicenter of the anthropocentric ancient Greece, and I cannot find a better venue to discuss the issues of skills and the human dimension of digital governance that it's better suited than this place.
Indeed, digital skills and education are at the heart of what we do. Yet Digital focuses on key digital technologies that are affecting European society and economy. These technologies are artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, semiconductors, IoT, and more. What we do in our activities is fully concentrated on the needs of European citizens. And we do this at 3 levels. First of all, through our master programs, we build a new generation of talents that is able to understand deeply technology, but is also able to transform this technology into business and societal value. And we do this through our master programs that are executed in close collaboration with the European Commission and the Digital Europe program. But we don't stop there. Through our professional education and our online education, we address the needs of the workforce. Through our programs, we upskill and reskill European workers in order for them to keep the pace of the digital transformation. Last but not least, we strongly believe that everyone needs to have a basic understanding of digital technologies, and we address this need by deploying courses that we call essentials on generative AI and cybersecurity. So what is your take on digital skills?
I think the diagnostics is rather simple. We do not have the people we need for digital governance. We do not have the people we need now that we switch into cybersecurity. We need to create a skills revolution in Europe, and the skills part of the broader skills revolution, I think, will be particularly important, not least because we are in the midst of this twin transition towards a greener and more digital Europe. 2/3 of our SMEs are reminding us that they do not have the people they need, and those who are in employment, they are not skilled at the level of the requirement of the job market. 90% of jobs in Europe today, they require some sort of knowledge, digital skills. And 70% of digital tasks are not being fulfilled by SMEs because simply there is no offer. So the diagnostics is rather blatantly clear, and now it's time for recipe, for action, for remedy.
Let's now focus on the digital skills gap. How do you think we can work even closer together to ensure that education is not only more effective, but also translates the European values of fairness, inclusiveness, and sustainability into education?
You're absolutely right in making this link between education and digital skills. These are communicating bases. We need to cross-fertilize everything we do on each of these 2 strands. I think what it takes is targets and resources. And in this commission, I think we have done both. In terms of targets, we have identified measurable, feasible targets by 2030. We want to have 20 million IT professionals in Europe by 2030. And we want to make sure that 80% of European citizens possess basic digital skills. These are our benchmarks. These are our objectives. And to put our money where our mouth is, we are also putting forward an unprecedented amount of financial resources to back these objectives, both through the Recovery and Resilience Fund and the ordinary budget. We have something like in the order of 65 billion euros until 27 for upskilling and reskilling, of which 23 billion euros are specially targeting the development of digital skills. So there you go. This skills revolution I was referring to earlier is happening as we speak.
Very glad to hear, because this is a top priority for Europe. So very glad to hear. You mentioned SMEs before, and also the skilled workforce. So how can we best ensure that we have the right experts in technologies that are critical for our internal security, our internal competitiveness, and in general for ensuring the European way of life? And I'm talking about deep technologies like AI, cybersecurity, but also semiconductors production and design.
Look, there is no single bullet. There's no magic bullet. There's no single bullet to do all this at the same time. This requires a multi-dimensional investment in different strands of work. First of all, we have launched this new idea of cybersecurity, EU Cybersecurity Skills Academy, which is a one-stop shop. It's not a school. There's no door to open and no building to go and get a diploma. But the Skills Academy is an idea of a one-stop shop where we'll bring together all possible offers of digital training, funding. So through this initiative, we also receive pledges by the private sector companies that help us build this new emerging ecosystem for digital skills. Then we continue our work to very specific initiatives through our innovation agenda, through our deep tech initiatives. Now we are the only bloc in the world to have a regulatory framework for artificial intelligence. We are activating all our tools of DSA and DMA legislation to make sure that there is always a link between regulation and skills. And finally, as this new cycle in European politics opens up in few months, we will make sure, absolutely sure, that Europe will continue to be a place where regulation goes hand in hand with tangible investment in Europe's best asset, which is the people.
Thank you very much. And indeed, the Makers and Shapers are all about bringing together the policy and the innovation and the education. So I'm very happy to hear your feedback. Thank you very much.